do have a quick tidbit of the week. It's going to be short because I want to get to Brian Hill, and I know you guys do too. But I had a cool experience last weekend. I had to go to Oklahoma, of all places in the world. And I met someone in Oklahoma who was very inspiring to me. So I am going to call this tidbit of the week More Like Emmy. And you'll understand why here in a second. More like Emmy. So you never know where you will draw inspiration. Last weekend, I met an inspirational person and I want to be more like her. Her name is Emmy, and I secretly hope that somehow she will see this broadcast someday. I met Emmy in a restaurant in Oklahoma, and she was my waitress. I've heard many people complain about the service industry lately, how the standards have been lowered and no one wants to work anymore. Well, in that world, Emmy is an anomaly. I watched her leading two trainees in the very best way. She was leading by example, and they were paying attention to everything she was doing and everything she was saying because she had something to offer. As I watched her command multiple tables in a completely packed restaurant, like wall to wall, guys, this restaurant was insane. I was surprised and curious. Seeing people work hard and really care about what they do gets my attention. I don't know about you guys, but it doesn't matter what you're doing, what industry you're in, when people are doing their job well and they care about other people, it makes you pay attention. So it doesn't matter whether you're a national competitor or a waitress. If you're a high performer, there's a reason for it. And I decided I could learn a thing or two from Emmy, and you better believe she got a good tip at the end of the night. So here are some takeaways I gathered from interacting with Emmy that we can all apply in our everyday life. First, quiet confidence. Emmy had a quiet confidence that I find in few people nowadays. I remember a teacher once told me, if you don't believe in yourself, no one will believe in you either. And I think there's a lot of truth to that. Confidence in your abilities and your execution is not something you tell people about. It's just something you do. So number one is quiet confidence. Number two is competence. Emmy was captivating to watch. She was flying from table to table, making it look so easy, as many people do that are very competent in their trade. If any of you have ever waitressed before, I have, and it's not easy. You will appreciate that it takes a high skill level to keep that constant, never-ending to-do list going and doing it with a smile. You must be competent in your trade. So number two is competence. Number three is caring. Emmy learned more about us by making small talk, and guess what? When we went back the next day, she remembered our names. Think about that. She remembered our names. I kid you not. How many of you forget what day of week it is? I do it all the time. Raise your hand. Tell me in the comments. But something as small as remembering someone's name can have a huge impact. And this is one area I want to work on myself. The last thing I want to tell you about Emmy is that she had insane attentiveness. Emmy did something I've rarely seen any waitress do, at least not in recent times, and not like I go out to eat all the time, but she could anticipate our needs. So before I could even utter the words that I needed a drink or a to-go box or a refill or whatever it was, she already had it. Like she read my mind. She was attentive and paid attention, anticipating everything that was needed. And this was the most surprising quality I noticed and the most refreshing. So think about these traits in your own life. Do you provide value to people in a way that they truly appreciate? Do you care about people and really show it in your everyday life? Do you work to meet the needs of your customers, of your family, of your loved ones in a meaningful way? We can all get better in all kinds of ways, guys. And this waitress from Oklahoma showed me a thing or two. So think about one way that you can be more like Emmy and apply it to your everyday life. Not only will you help others, but you'll lay your head down at night knowing you put more good out into the world, and we could surely use more of that.